Uh-oh. It says I'm live. Oh no, what do I do now? Hello, my little fuzzy, wuzzy animals. What's up? It is I, Rocket Man, and this is the world according to Rocket. How y'all doing? Been a minute since I've done a live. Let me say hi to you officially in the chat. Hi, y'all. There's my man, Stingray. Be sure to like and subscribe and say hello when you come in. How about that? Stingray just just posted a hammer. Thank you, Stingray. You're right. Hammer that like button and hammer that hammer anything else you want. What the hell, right? So it's not going to be a hugely long live tonight. Um, but I did want to pop on. Got a good show coming up tomorrow. Yes, sir. You know, I'm on this quest to look at the 2023 season for Tennessee. You know, and it's kind of popular to do the early, way too early, super early, hyper realistically early predictions for the season, right? So I did make this comment a couple of days ago when I did the show that there are 4 games that are potential land mines, right? Uh, and those games are Florida, South Carolina, um, Alabama, and Georgia. Now, there are some other people that would argue, "Oh, you got to be a little bit. You can't dismiss everybody." Those are the 4 landmines, right? Florida, South Carolina, Alabama, and Georgia. So I am on a quest. What I am doing is all this week and into the next week is I'm interviewing a writer, a sports writer that covers each one of those teams. We are starting it tomorrow, and I'm going to go in order. I'm going to go in order of the landmines, right? So tomorrow we have a look at Florida. And fanside.com reporter Will Thomas will be on the show. And I think it's going to be really interesting to see what Mr. Thomas has to say about Florida, the Florida Gators, and the Big Orange headed to the swamp. You know, it's never easy to go down there. I don't care how much of a dumpster fire it is. Never easy to go down yonder to the swamp. I think we'll win, but it's never easy to go down there. Always things can go wrong. You just never know what's going to happen, right? So that's what we're doing tomorrow. We are going to Florida tomorrow and explore the super way too early prediction of our football game with Florida at the end of September. The 3rd game, I think it is. 3rd or 4th game, maybe. And we'll have that tomorrow. How y'all doing? Be sure you hammer the like button. Give me some love, man. And some super chats. and cigars. Cohibas, please. And what else? Stingray says, I hope to be here, but it'll depend on my wife. She's in the hospital. Oh, no. Well, it won't be live, Stingray. It will be, it will be a regular video. All right, that'll be posted tomorrow. Be sure you catch that. It'll be tomorrow's show. Frank Rizzo, love that name. You guys should beat that swamp trash. That's nice, Frank. Frank, two of my favorite names. Frank, that's such a man's name. Frank, what's your name? I'm Frank. Yeah, I like that name, Frank, and I hope that we do beat that Florida trash. Curtis Cope, tip of the hat from Ohio. Go Vols. I'm tipping you right back, sir. And go, so you're a Ohio fan or Ohio State fan or what? Let me know. Vols fan, obviously. Where you at, Curtis? Jared Frazier, love the hat rocket. You know what? I think that I got this hat of all places. I think I got this hat at Cracker Barrel. I think I did. I think I got it at Cracker Barrel. I think I got it either at Cracker Barrel or I got it at Dick's. I mean, who would name a store Dick's? Right? I mean, really? Dick's. Where do you work? I work at Dick's. Okay, that was unnecessary. Where do you work? I work at Dick's. Just, where do you work? I work at Dick's. No matter who says it, it's creepy. But I think I got it at Cracker Barrel of all places. You know what? Hang on. I get a lot of comments on this hat too. I know I got this one at Cracker Barrel. Now, probably not your run of the mill Cracker Barrel, but Cracker Barrels in Tennessee, you can get this hat and you can get this hat. So knock yourself out. I would imagine you could get one of these hats up at Buc-ee's as well, which is my favorite roadside joint. As far as I'm concerned, they don't have nearly enough Buc-ee's on the freeway system. That's just the way I feel about it anyway. Okay, so Stingray Richard would name a store Dick's. Yeah, he would. I want to be a fly on the wall when the corporate folks decide that they're going to open a store, a sporting goods store. Hey, what are we going to call it? Well, let's call it Dick's. I don't know how I got off on that, but anyway. Jerry Frazier, hey Nash, that would be a good hat for me to deer hunt in the camouflage print. Absolutely, and you can. I'll do some research, Jerry, and find out where they're available. I know I got this one at Cracker Barrel. I'm not sure they continually stock them all the time, but I'll check on that. I'll check on that and make a post about it or something. Great hat. I love it. That's my favorite. These two are my favorite hats. So as I look here, great story at Clutch Points. I borrowed. Well, I just flat out stole it. Their graphic, and I put it on the front of this live. It's great graphic. Congratulations, who did it? Because that's kind of what I do as well. And it's a great graphic of Peyton Manning and Hendon Hooker. And the story is Hendon Hooker has been one of the most underrated quarterbacks entering the 2023 draft. But with an endorsement from Tennessee legend Peyton Manning, Hooker may no longer fly under the radar. Manning spoke about Hooker's NFL potential at this year's Pro Bowl via the Tennessee Titans beat reporter Jim Wyatt. Manning, being a Tennessee legend himself, sees a lot of strengths in Hooker's game, and I will also say, I just want to say this. I posted last week, uh, Tennessee Titans play-by-play guy Mike Keith. Hope I'm pronouncing his last name right. That guy is such a good play-by-play guy. I love him. I love that Titans broadcast team. They are, in my book, aces. I love those guys. And I try to find out whenever I'm in Nashville. I'm still out in Oklahoma for the moment. But when I'm in Nashville and I'm watching the Titans games, I always try to shut down those whoever's on the television and listen to the Mike Keith broadcast on Alexa. And
I missed something.
oh,
Can you say it again?
no, thank you, Alexa. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wake you up, darling.
Sorry, I don't know that.
So we're we're watched by everyone. We're watched by the government. We're watched by the Chinese balloons. And apparently we are watched by Alexa. So be stealth accordingly. Anyway, I like Mike Keith a lot. And his interview, if you haven't seen that interview that I put up the other day with he interviewing Hendon Hooker, good interview. A little piece of it up, a couple minutes worth of it. It's worth seeing. Anyway, Manning spoke about Hooker's NFL potential at the past Pro Bowl this year, which was flag football, and which I think is stupid. I think he'll do well at the next level, Manning says. Of Hooker, he had an incredible year. Whoever gets him on the roster is going to be lucky. That's a pretty powerful statement. Manning said he saw Hooker at Tennessee's Orange Bowl practices. Hooker apparently told him he'd be throwing by April. Hooker is still battling back from the ACL injury that shortened his season. Hooker played 11 games for the Volunteers this past season. He threw for 3,100 yards, 31-35, 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 430 yards rushing, and an additional 5 touchdowns. And according to Hooker, he'll be running by the end of March, and he will be available for training camp when training camps begin later on this year, once the draft has commenced. So that's pretty exciting. It kind of makes you wonder, what kind of clout does Peyton Manning have? We're going to see, right? If you're just now coming in, thank you for coming in, and hammer that like button for me. Hammer that subscribe button if you've not subscribed yet. Let me see what we got here. Mr. Jones, Hooker had 60 passing, 10 rushing touchdowns, 5 interceptions in 2 seasons. Yes, I think it was 59. Could be wrong. I think it was 59. But who's counting? You know what? Let's go with 60. Sounds better. You're right. That's what he had. And a total of 5 interceptions in 2 seasons. Man, that's huge. And I think his total, he actually got more yards last year passing than he did this year. So it's up around just over 6,000 yards in both the seasons with Tennessee. That's a lot. That's a lot. Thank you for that, Mr. Jones. Go Vols. You betcha. But anyway, I'm interested to see how influential Peyton Manning is when it comes to Hendon Hooker. And one thing that I do know as well, he also, in talking with the Tennessee Titans, gave a shout out to Josh Dobbs as well, right? He kind of pimped both of them to the Tennessee Titans, saying you can't go wrong with either one of these guys. I don't know where. I don't know how they would compare the two of them. Of course, Josh Dobbs has several years experience. Being on the squads and actually being in a few games, but mostly just he's a journeyman backup quarterback at this point. Whether he can make that transition from a journeyman backup quarterback to a full-fledged, this is my team quarterback. We'll see. I hope so, if that's what he wants to do. But see, I thought he wanted to be an astronaut. He literally has a rocket science degree. That's what he studied. So, anyway. Mr. Jones, I'd like to see Hooker and Hyatt end up with the Titans. Maybe Cedric Tillman. Oh, man, wouldn't that be great? Yeah, that'd be good. Dobbs looked really good in 2 starts for the Titans. He sure did, my brother. He sure did. He looked terrific. And he's made it known that he wants to come back to the Titans. So best of luck to him. Mhm. Hang on, let me see what else we got here. Now, Sean is a fella, you will know him by Music for Me or something like that. He's an Ohio State fan. And he left me a note in the comments about some violations that Tennessee did in 21 regarding phone calls and texts to the tune of $13 million. And I kind of felt like that he had Tennessee confused or he had Florida confused. Sorry, he had Tennessee confused with Florida, which I will talk about that story tomorrow in tomorrow's video. Trying to find it. Let me just grab dig down in here to the comments section. Now, I said on yesterday's show that I was nervous about Alabama. I'm more nervous about Alabama next year than I am Georgia. All right. It's always hard. Like I say, there are 4 landmines: Florida, Alabama, South Carolina, Alabama, and Georgia. And I was saying that I was nervous about that. And Music for Me, 007, said, I will say it for you. Alabama is going to beat you guys like a narc at a biker rally. Which is the best line I've heard since Crazy as a Run Over Dog. That's good stuff right there. They're going to beat you like a narc at a biker rally. Purple Einstein says, I'm not that worried about the Alabama game. Seems to me that Saban has lost a step and is no longer an automatic loss for Tennessee. Even their own fan base is starting to realize that Bama is no longer invincible. Mm-hmm. Average Rando says, of all the games next season, I'm looking forward to the Alabama one. And we're going to need all the voodoo dolls. We're going to need all the voodoo dolls for that one. Stingray said, glad you did the 23 season. I'm with you. I believe we're going to be better this coming season. See, I can't say the word LOSS when it comes to Tennessee. He says, I can't say the L word either. You guys are fun. Music for Me says, glad you like my comment. You should do a live show and do your way too early top 25. Yep. That's kind of why I'm working around. I'm putting a little different spin on it. I'm calling it the 4 landmines. And what I'm going to do is get a sports writer from each school that's covering each school, so we can have, that perspective as opposed to just my opinion. Because I think they're going to win every game, right? So I need a little cold water in the face. Carla Jenkins says, I actually have Tennessee beating both Alabama and Georgia in 2023 because the Vols quarterback situation is more settled. People are saying that Rees, who the fellow that has been hired from Notre Dame to be the offensive coordinator at Alabama, would have more talent at Alabama than Notre Dame, but Milroe is not more talented than Milton or Nico. I don't think he's as talented as either one of them. And I replied to her, Carla, I am buying what you are selling. Great take. Then, of course, Seed Vision, who's a Georgia fan, says this. Y'all QB situation was settled last year, Voltards. Remember, he was up for the Heisman. I don't know what you're talking about. Go Dogs. I mean, yes, he was up for the Heisman. He was leading the Heisman race, talking about Hendon Hooker, until he tore up his knee. So, not sure what your point is. But then again, he's from Georgia. Right. Hammer that like button. Give me some love, man. Let's see, who else we got? All right, those are the ones over here. But that's okay. That's just in time because I got to scoot out of here to dinner. I have another client appointment with LuxuryTravelNashville.com. Yeah, I do. I'm important. Because actually, I'm not very important at all. They bark and I go, I tremble. They say jump, I say how high. That's the way it is when you got a client, right? All right. Be sure you check out tomorrow's show. It'll be, I don't know, it'll be posted at 9 or 10 in the morning. I'm going to try to get my videos posted earlier in the day. And I'm going to try that for a while. I don't know where, I don't know. It seems viewership is down a little bit. Just all around probably because of the off season. This is my first off season going through the off season with the Tennessee channel. And I'm learning. I'll figure that out. But tomorrow will be posted around 9 o'clock. Mr. Jones says Vols play Vandy tomorrow night. Go Vols. Are they playing in Nashville or are they playing at Thompson Bowling Arena? I will find that out. I thank you all. Mr. Jones, Jerry Frazier, Curtis Cope, Stingray, obviously. And, okay, they're playing at Vandy, okay, in Nashville. Thank you for that, Mr. Jones. All right, I appreciate you all. Don't forget to watch the show tomorrow. Leave your comments at the end of it. Jerry Frazier, love your show, Rocket. Thank you. Appreciate you, Jerry. Thanks you very much. Be safe yourself. And I will see you all tomorrow morning with a new video posted. Go Big Orange.